All right, guys. So one of the things we always talk about is how Mo and I were creating the software for us. You know, we had this Excel sheet and I was doing my analysis, and the reason the software started was people said to us, hey, how do I get that Excel sheet? I said, okay, well, why don't we just make the software to give them the Excel sheet that tells them how to analyze? And it's obviously morphed into something much bigger than this. Now, one of the hardest parts about investing is you need to find companies and then you need to determine their value. People obviously use our stock analyzer tool to determine the value. One of the most popular parts, actually the most popular part of our site, used 1.3 million times last year. But once you have the price for the company, what do you do next? You add it to your watch list, very simply. So we have this watch list available. Now, I used to have 100 companies on my watch list, over 100. I now have 60. Mo, how many do you have?
I have 71.
So is this a high for you? Is this a lot of companies for you?
Yeah, this is a lot for me.
So this is down for me. Do you know why it's down for me?
A lot of them hit and you weren't interested?
No.
You just started filtering? You got a little more stringent?
No, well, kind of. If you guys have watched the channel from day one, my goal from day one was to be the active value investor. I'm going to go buy this company, wait till it goes to my price, sell, find another one. And then I realized something very important about myself, which was...
You want to do less.
I'm lazy. I want to do a lot less.
Less is more.
I'm willing to sacrifice return. Less is more. I'm willing to sacrifice return in order to do less work. So I started to focus on companies I didn't have to follow as closely. What companies are those? Bigger companies. Now, you'll scan my list, and there's probably a few in here that are smaller. But the point is, now I focus on large companies that have options because I sell covered calls and cash secured puts to make up for that loss of return I've sacrificed by buying larger companies. Because remember, the smaller the companies, less analysts that follow it, less people that follow it, therefore more opportunity for value. But what I do is, very simply, I find a company, I analyze it, I determine my price. So for example,
Based on numbers.
Based on numbers. So our most recent one we just did a Target video. And I determined that I want to buy Target sub 150. So I just hit the check mark here, the plus mark here. I change my price to 150, and then I notify me when it hits below. Now, what notification am I going to get? Well, I'm going to get 3 different notifications. One is going to be my email. So PayPal hit my price target of $65 last week. I got an email that said PayPal Holdings has fallen below your price target. Check your watch list. You click on it, it takes you to the watch list. Okay. I also, in my phone app, will get a notification. Target has hit your price. Boom. It tells you the price. And also on the desktop, same thing will pop up here if you're in your desktop. That's the whole point of all this, because it's very difficult to keep track of. Mo, how do you keep track of these things?
I mean, outside of watch list?
Yeah.
You have to set your own. You have to go in like an app like a TD Ameritrade and put it in there yourself, and hopefully it reminds you and doesn't expire.
Can't do it.
Yeah, because a lot of them expire.
That is the point of the watch list.
Yeah.
Do a little bit of work up front. Now remember, I don't mean go buy it necessarily when it hits that number. When I get notified of PayPal, my first reaction wasn't go buy PayPal. It was okay. Now it's getting low enough where I need to start paying attention. Yeah. So I put my watch list number at a price higher than I want to buy it for. Why? Because I want to sit there. And it depends on the company. If I know that if I want to buy PayPal, I think today it's at $60. Let's say I bought PayPal at 60. Well, I might put my notification next for 58. And the reason being is I've already done my research.
Right. That's
I'm okay. I'll buy it at 58. Just once it notifies me, I'm going to go put the trade in.
Like Netflix here, for example, for me, it's at $338. I'm using Netflix because it's my first one. Target price of $250. I'm not buying at $250. I bet you I'm buying somewhere $210, maybe $200, something like that. But this just reminds me, go do a little bit more research, set a better watch list price, more accurate.
And maybe sell cash secured puts at that point. So. Because the point of cash secured puts is being paid to wait. But this is how you use the watch. And this is what's so funny. This software, it's only $1 a day. And I literally look at it going, the watch list alone, the stock analyst, each one of these things alone is worth $10. I mean, a lot of money per day because it's making your life easier. Mm-hmm. It allows you to go. I think our maximum allowed on the watch list is 500 companies. Is that correct? 500 companies allowed on the watch list. 500 companies. It's impossible to follow 500 companies. What you should do is focus on the way in which you want to invest. And I decided that I want to focus on large companies. So let's look at my list. Which ones are not large? Sprouts is not large, but it's still a $3 billion company. Let's see. What else is not large? I mean, look at this, Mo. It's all freaking large.
Yeah, it's all big caps. Large caps.
Rest in peace, Ferrari. There's no way I'm ever getting Ferrari. Sleep Country. I'm just going to delete Canada. Sleep Country.
Yeah. And this is something I do. Like, I'm looking at this right now, and I'm looking at Accenture, and I'm thinking about deleting that. I'm thinking about deleting GSK. I mean, these are just things where it's good to throw it on your radar and go through this once a month and just start getting rid of things. And I'll tell you what I started doing. I started using this for trading, actually.
Really?
So when I have for example, I want to short Tesla under 153 or something like that. And
because you see a resistance point.
Because I see a resistance. So I went in there and put in like 153.67 cents. So it's gonna give me a push notification on my phone when that happens. I can go and look at my trade. So I'm not now I'm starting to use it for trading, not even just value.
I didn't even think about that, but you're 100%
Yeah.
right. That's the way to do
because
it.
the TD app, which I was using for notifications before, sucked.
Did it?
Yeah, it was a pain in the ass. This is so simple.
Yeah. So guys, this is the whole point of the watch list.
Yeah.
Of all of our software to make life easier for investing. Mm-hmm. That's it. That's it. That's the whole point of it all. The watch list I love. I'm in my watch list, adding to it, editing numbers. As stocks go lower, I edit the price again to be notified again. And that's the way in which I am making my investing less. Because remember, the more time you spend focusing on a company, the more likely you are to force yourself to buy it because you spent so much time. It's that investment cost of your time. This allows you to get rid of that. It allows you to say, okay, look at Ferrari, for example. What's my price for Ferrari?
150, I believe.
So by the way, you can also search in here. So filter by company. I'm going to race. I have 150 underneath here. Look how far we are from that. Stock's at 293 right now. I'm so far away from 150. So far away. And by the way, there are major questions I have about Ferrari. The free cash flow versus net income is very, very different. It's about 54% of net income historically. I don't like that. I want free cash flow to be within 80, 90% of net income at least. So that's a concern of mine. So if it hits 150 and starts to get interesting for me, I will go figure out the answer to that question. And I might pass on Ferrari. But the point is, why go do the work now when it's so far away?
And the best thing is these don't expire.
I want you to, exactly. These don't expire. If it doesn't hit my numbers, why do anything? When I do my stock analyzer tool, I put ridiculous numbers in on the high side. Go look at Target. I put 7% growth rate in revenue for 20 years. That's ridiculous. So if the stock is above this number, let's say this is all red, I know we're not even close. Why spend any more time on the company? I don't care how good it is qualitatively. If I put really high numbers in for the stock, for my highest assumptions, it's not in there, don't spend any more time. Your time is valuable. Go out there and find the companies that you want to do more research on because they're at or near your strike price.
Yep.
That's the point of it. And that's what the watch list makes it possible for you to do. Do the high level stuff. That's it. It's very, very simple.
Very simple.
So guys,
Keep it simple.
keep it simple, stupid.
Yep.
$7 for 7 days, everythingmoney.com. Try it out. You get the community. You get all of these tools. Trust me when I say I'm not kidding at all. This will change the way, this will pay for itself 100 times over for most people if you spend the right time doing the right things. Thanks very much, guys.